We are definitely in Florida.
Won't we, bud? We'll just repel
Lots
down
of
that thing, won't we?
Spanish moss hanging from the trees. This is the Olustee battlefield.
Even as we walk away from that intersection, we'll refer back to this intersection. So kind of picture that in your head. Also, the large bulk of the road is now on the south. You see where the cars are compared to the railroad where we came in. It's at that road, actually at the railroad crossing today is where the road actually crossed. So it once ran north of the railroad until that point. Barber's Ford is 15 miles from Olustee. So think about the walk required just to get here before they even fire a shot. By 1 p.m., as he's continuing this way, he's receiving reports of the Confederates being in force. This does not alter his approach. So instead of stopping or trying to go a different direction, he still keeps coming.
He's coming this way?
He's coming, yes, he's coming. So I am facing, again, I'm facing mostly due west. So
A reenactment of the Battle of Olustee is held here every February, commemorating the largest Civil War battle fought in Florida. This event draws tens of thousands of visitors and over 400 reenactors. On Saturday, they reenact the battle with troops, cannons, and even cavalry. There's authentic camps, military drills, period music, and lots more.
They haven't eaten in 7 hours, and they're coming here to fight. So upon learning of this U.S. approach from Barber's, Confederate cavalry, some infantry, they moved east to meet it. So what this means, remember that Finnegan has this great defensive line drawn up. He's now sent men out of it to go meet the Union attack to the trap that he set. So one of the men he sends out here is Colonel George Harrison. But Harrison's only 22 years old. So by 10 a.m., he's ordered by Finnegan to move some more men out. So Finnegan is slowly sending more and more men out. And then Hawley, who is the Union cavalry officer, as he sees these Confederates coming here in line, he doesn't take the trap. So remember, the whole trap was for him to see them. They were going to fall back. He was going to chase them. That doesn't happen. So now Finnegan is going to change plans. So he sends Alfred Colquitt, his other brigade commander, out here with a large part of his brigade. So by this time, by 1 p.m., it becomes clear that Finnegan is willing to completely leave behind his defenses and go fight the battle where the Union troops are for most of the day. So it's Colquitt's decision-making that will win the battle. So by 1:30, their colonel, Colonel Barrow, is killed. So now not only are you in this battle, you've lost your commander. So from the very beginning, from a very, very short period, the Union troops have the higher end here. It should also be noted that neither commander has scouted the ground. So neither Seymour nor Finnegan and Colquitt know exactly what lay in front of them. So they have also no true idea of the strength of the other.
Maybe a quarter of a mile. Look how the terrain has changed. No Spanish moss, but look at these cactus-like things. I wouldn't like to go traipsing through there.
Some defenses over there would typically just keep animals out. All right, so I mentioned we are at Connecticut gets into the battle first. They're fighting down near where we came in. So the 7th Connecticut eventually will become outnumbered and they will withdraw. So that's when Seymour, he starts ordering up his men piecemeal. This is going to be one of many errors he commits this day. He orders up all of Colonel Joseph Hawley's brigade. Hawley becomes a politician after the war. He becomes the Connecticut governor and a U.S. senator. So Hawley will order his 8th USCTs, remember one of the 3 black units who's here, to leave the railroad and move to the left of that pond. He gets it wrong. So all the while, these men are following orders while being fired at from their left or from their rear. So instead of just turning using common sense to do this, you see these men were true soldiers. They're following orders. Fewer men who will become engaged here, they get more men here first. So now they're actually extended further than the Union Army is. The 2nd Florida Cavalry even goes to the right of the 19th Georgia. So the Union left flank is completely flanked. Gamble. Obviously, huge fan of the South today. They did not have to worry about those during the Civil War. They had not yet made their way. So remember, during a battle, you're looking to your colors. It's loud, you can't really hear. So if you can see the color bear, the flag slightly out front of you, you know where the bulk of your men are. Right flank from a new Union artillery that's set up. That was under Captain Langdon. Langdon's going to lose 11 men killed, 23 men wounded. He loses 28 horses killed, 11 wounded, and he loses 3 more cannon. Union line. So he orders the Confederate line forward. That's when they're going to run into some trouble with ammunition. But now back on the U.S. side, we've got a 3rd Union brigade coming in, and that's under Colonel William Barton. He has 3 regiments. He files into the U.S. right flank, which is right across the way from us. So now we're looking to the Union right flank here. This is where the 7th New Hampshire would have been. Somebody in his unit wrote, quote, "The leaden messengers of death hailed down in increasing torrents. Grape and canister swept by with hideous music, and shell after shell tore through our ranks and burst amid heaps of our wounded heroes."
I did learn that this spiky stuff wasn't here. It was imported from Mexico after the war. This is the 4th stage of the battle.
It's about 4 p.m. The battle's been raging for 3 hours. They move to the Union left as the 8th USCT falls back. Another USCT regiment, I told you there are 3 who fight here. The 1st North Carolina, they were also known as the 35th USCT. They arrive with the 54th, and they're able to, they arrive at the same time as the 54th, but they go to the right side of the pond, and they're able to check the Confederate assault from the right. The 1st North Carolina, the 35th, they end up losing their commanding officer and their major. So they've lost men.
Chasing the North away, and they run out of
so no
ammo.
longer this constant sheet of flame, but becoming far more sporadic. Union notices this. So Colonel Harrison, remember 22-year-old Harrison makes a command decision. He can't find again the ammunition trains. He knows they've got to be somewhere close, probably within a mile. So he starts sending his staff back there to gather as much ammunition as they can. Fired by the Union troops.
The last shot fired by the Union.
Both sides kind of get lucky in ways. The Confederates are very lucky that the U.S. was not able to take advantage of their lack of ammunition for a while. Percentage of those involved who become casualties. 34%, over 1/3 of the Union Army engaged will become casualties. Casualty, by the way, doesn't just mean killed, it means killed, wounded, and captured. So the 5,500 Union soldiers, 1,861 are casualties. That's 203 killed, 1,152 wounded, with 506 missing. The 54th Massachusetts, told you they're the last to leave the field. They manually pulled a broken down rail car down the rail line with wounded 3 miles back to Union lines. After the battle, there is a very dark side when it comes to what many Confederates wrote about what their own comrades had done. One Confederate wrote that many of the black soldiers that he noticed wounded the night of the battle were dead the next day. And he wrote, quote, "If a Negro had a shot in the shin, another was sure to be in the head. So you amputated." So Union officers learned about this. They did an investigation, and they believe that it came down only to Georgia troops, while in the reports they said that no Florida troops had committed these. What may be even more surprising is one Confederate wrote that a black man in the Confederate camp, so he's probably acting as a cook or a porter, something like that, that he killed a captured black Union soldier when he tried to shake his hand. A couple of Confederates, more than one Confederate wrote that black Confederate cooks beat wounded U.S. black soldiers in the head with wood. So is this something that they're doing on their own volition, something that they're happy to be doing, or is this something that they're doing because they feel it will make those white officers around them happy?
Houses, but we are in Amelia Island at Fernandina Beach. Charming little village.
That's not no trouble with the City Hall. At least it's not the city jail. Oh, let's go to the...
Oh, there's our first pirate of the day.